Hey yo guys, we're back in the studio. Myself and Dub Escobar, so let's go. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Always sitting down digested. Every Tupac insurrection absorb this message about police brutality, women and being enslaved on an advanced on with your mind with a sick mentality. Culture's torn to damage rather than nurture the female protagonist. Everything I owe to my grandmother, devoted to honor and love her. She gave me the capabilities to see through the hatred. Stay defiant, grand joy, please. You will eventually reach the promised land. Same kids like you. I take rap more serious than life. Paid the price for the words that would go down my gun shells, rather than the roses that will fall on my coffin. No celebrations for people like me, persecution waiting for me. Always give me honest perspective. I'll be the man concluded to be dead for what's ever necessary. For what's ever necessary. I started this journey as a lonely kid, destination committed, right about the situations of suicidal bids, avoided by the death sentence, very poetic, ticking boxes to that effect, yes, no, maybe, bullied by this menacing kid named unanswered. I never truly knew that understanding, we trust too many opinions, without actually sitting down and conveying the issues. I address the issue alone, like a lunatic, you know. Romeo has a tragic backstory, the allegory of decisions I made to pick up a pen and release the rage. Grown up with a different philosophy, to take my anthropology on my DNA and change the globe, so far I may. I'll spin until death takes me away, takes me away. Hey yo guys, what's happening? So today we're gonna do something a little bit different on Qatar Crack. We've already done and prepared something for later on. Check that out. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Dub Escobar is on the beat. We're in the studio and we're keeping it real, keeping it raw. So yeah, it's just gonna be myself today. Okay, so let's go.
Right. What makes Romeo Outspoken different from every other Irish rapper?
See, the difference is that I'm heavily involved in politics. A lot of my stuff is based around politics, international, global, assemble, everything. My ideologies are a lot different to a lot of rappers that I met. Not that anyone else can't be on the same mind frame as myself, but I'm heavily invested in politics, and unfortunately, it doesn't translate well sometimes when you talk about different global figures or different kind of things within your music, but it works out that I'm very, very old school. New school, I'm kind of a little bit lost in that, but I kind of try and improve. So that's that question on that one.
Nice. What truth do I speak that others are afraid to say?
Myself, I talk a lot about emotions as well. A lot of my, like, when I was growing up was all about emotions, about self-reflection, about struggles of mental challenges, disability, so forth and so on. So I think especially as men, we're kind of closed off when it comes to our emotions. We're very closed off to be nice with ourselves. Sometimes I'm very, very harsh on myself, and a lot of people have kind of pointed out that I'm very heavily critical on myself. So I do like to challenge my own ideologies as well on things, but sometimes I like to talk about emotions, and it's kind of glittered Romeo and Juliet. That's the name, hence Romeo Outspoken.
Nice. How much of your real story is on your music, and what are you still holding back?
Yeah, a lot of my music is around my life story. I think I'm holding a lot back on like fun. I don't really have much fun perspectives. I'm sometimes a little bit overly trying to examine the world, trying to help other people, and I think I'm holding back on reflection. Even though I reflect on myself and self emotions and all that, I think I'm holding back on the fun aspect, just kind of vibe or the kind of thing, because a lot of the times we kind of do things to the extreme, and I think that's what I'm holding back on as well. I don't show much fun. I do have fun sides, you know.
Sure. Um, who are you rapping for, and why do they need your voice?
Oh, that's a very interesting question. So I rap for many different people. A lot of my friends, as you know, are from different cultures, different countries, different backgrounds.
I've rapped for people that are in the LGBT plus community. I've rapped for people in the disabilities. I've rapped for people with more conservative ideas. Um, I have a broad range of artists that I reach out as well to kind of help them kind of challenge themselves a little bit. So I kind of rap for everyone. I wouldn't put myself into a box of just one kind of audience because I have a broad range of different things and different communities that I reach out to. So I'm just everyone. I know it's kind of generalization, but yeah, I rap for
Cool.
everyone really.
What message do you want to every listener to walk away with after hearing your music?
So what I want people, especially young kids that are in very similar situations to me with like disabilities, is that you can always challenge people, you can always give a better perspective of yourself, you can always improve yourself, especially your writing, because the more you read, the more you're kind of challenging the expectations of you. So if I want someone to walk away with is that they learned something, that they felt like there was an education from what I was doing, that they learned a little bit better, or they learned something from me, like something similar to what I was learning from Tupac. You can kind of take from that, really.
Cool. Are you chasing streams or are you creating legacy?
Legacies for me is the big kind of overall picture for me. Like a lot of my music is littered with like Oscar Wilde, William Shakespeare, James Joyce, Tupac, Martin Luther King. So a lot of mine would be around kind of the ideal of legacy and what we left behind. If you chase streams, tomorrow you maybe not be popular tomorrow. So I think legacy is much better because in the overall picture you'll be remembered. Streams you could be forgotten tomorrow, and you could just be remembered as that one hit wonder or a couple of good songs down the years line where nobody remembers who you are, but they remember your songs. So I think legacy is much befitting of itself. Like
Yeah, I agree with that. So, what's one topic or theme you haven't touched yet, but you know to need to?
one topic that I haven't touched or haven't need to is I'd say like parties. I know there's parties hasn't been one that I've touched or even talked about. A lot of my music has been I have talked about girls, but not in a like partying kind of form or kind of clubbing atmosphere. So I need to do more of that. I need to talk around more about that environment of partying and having the crack and doing what needs to be done. You know.
Cool. If you could perform one song in front of the whole country, what would be?
If it's my own song,
Yeah.
or if it's someone else's song.
Both.
Okay. If it's someone's song that I do, it'd probably be like Tupac's Fight the Power, but I don't know if it's relevant to Irish culture. That's the only thing. It's relevant to me because I listened to when I was younger, but songs that would be really relevant to today's would be like, I'd say like Tracy Chapman. Tracy Chapman songs, Revolution or Fast Cars, they all have a message in them. A song of my own, maybe the one that I done with Maxi Boy, because it's him speaking about his experiences in Venezuela, and it's my experiences talking about the overall arch of the world, because it's like at the end of it's like I have from the what's it for the ghettos, the slums, the barrios, favelas, and then it's just like all that connection. So it could be like that, but it does relate to a certain demographic. It won't relate to like someone say from rich, wealthy atmosphere or whatever, you know. Relates more to people that are in the kind of ghettos, favelas, slums, barrios across the world. So that'll be one song that I perform to the whole country.
What does it mean to be Irish in hip hop, and how do you reflect that in your work?
Being Irish in hip hop, especially because Ireland, we have a deep rooted line of writers, we have a deep line of artists of, but hip hop it's very oftenly criticized because of our accent, because of the way we talk, the way we speak, and how we communicate with people. I think it has a profound impact on the world, and I just don't think the world has realized that yet. because it was like, as I was saying about Oscar Wilde, James Joyce, Samuel Beckett, there is a lot of rap artists in Ireland that can connect to the world, but it just hasn't opened because of uh, certain criticisms, or we're not taken serious, or because we're a small kind of island. But anywhere Ireland's went, we've kind of influenced in some sort of way, and I think artists could do the same. England is starting to get over that kind of being criticised now, and now they're gone global. So maybe it'll happen in Ireland, but we'll see what happens in the future.
Cool. How can you help to rise the scene, not just yourself?
This is one that I think is the most important, especially when it comes to Ireland, is that we need to reach the multinational audience of languages, artists from across different ranges, and that there's a lot of artists that speak other languages other than English. I think we have a massive population of Polish rappers. We also have a demographic of Portuguese speakers, Spanish speakers. They need a space as well, and I think we'd be more in tune to connect with people, and that's how I think we do very well in that way.
Cool. What are you willing to sacrifice for dream and what not?
Sacrifice, I'd say sacrifice my own art if it meant that people would go for it. Yeah, I'd sacrifice my own art if it meant people were going for it, because I'm not really one of these self-righteous artists that likes to boast about being better than anyone else. I don't really care too much about that. I'd rather see an established scene or artist going for it than kind of myself, really.
Got you. Do your actions match the ambition you rap about?
Yeah, 100%. Nearly all my friends are from different countries, different cultures, and I like to experience and explore in different ways. I always ask questions. I always ask about what's different in different countries. It's definitely something that I do. But yeah, that's it.
What's the real reason why you started rapping, and is that still your reason today?
Yeah, 100%. I've never changed my message, even when I was younger. When I first picked up a record, I was in a room by myself, and I was listening to Tupac's Changes. Actually, it was like a demo CD, and I was kind of listening to it. It really reflected on me what he was talking about. And then there was Brenda's Got a Baby, Dear Mama, Fight the Power, Ballad of a Dead Soldier, Staring Through the World Through the Rear View, Sing for the Moment. A lot of them songs are kind of a reflection of me and what I learned, and the aspects of where it kind of took my hip hop, and so I still relate to it. Yeah, I haven't changed.
Cool. How does your struggle fuel your art?
I mean, as an artist, we're always struggling. I mean, artists are always put into a situation where they're financially constrained. So it's hard to be an artist because you need to look after your family, you need to look after your house, you need to look after your well-being. You're constantly chasing status. You're constantly chasing viewers, followers, streams, whatever. So I think the struggle, it's meant to happen, but I don't think you should sacrifice your well-being for art that is subjective. That's what I think is, because everyone listens different, everyone thinks different, and not everyone's gonna like your music, not everyone's gonna like your opinion. That's just the way the world is. Sometimes it catch on, sometimes it doesn't. It's just about the look of the draw, really.
Cool. What parts of RomeoOutSpoken are healing and what parts are hurting?
Bars, in terms of what bars would hurt.
What parts? Yeah.
Parts.
Yeah.
I think what's healing is that I'm not as in depth in hip hop that I used to be. I kind of took myself out of it and seeing the helping aspect as the one that I should do. As before, it was all about, I need to create an album, I need to create a song, I need to create an EP, I need to do this, and now I'm just kind of sitting back and watching everyone else do the same thing that I do. So it's constant stress. I think that's healing, but I think the one that was regrets, the regret that I took so long, the regrets that I stood around with certain people when I was doing the music. I don't think that'll ever heal, but I think it's just a learning journey, really. We just kind of have to get over it.
Okay, last one. If you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell him through a 16-bar verse?
Ooh. I mean, the thing is that there's like, okay, what was it? So I did one that was like, I haven't freestyled in a long time though. Let me think. Oh, let me see. So first of all, yeah, I write from the heart when I speak. My emotions are deep. That's another one. Uh, the interest in the world that we speak, cause every part of the life that we seek, the mind over the emotions decrease. The practicality of the world is on the increase. The effect of the old, deceased, and then let the mind be in peace. I know that's not 16, but that's pretty much how it's So yeah, Cultura Crack,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna keep going. Dub Escobar and myself were in the studio today. We didn't have an artist, but we had myself. So that was just some questions, some answers, some things, and we have a performance at the end of it. So bravo! I haven't been doing it in a while. So yeah, we're gonna be back at it. We're 2 weeks out of action. We're gonna bring more artists, more availability. But you know, this is life. You get stressed, you get things happen. But we will bring people back and we will do it because we're Cultura Crack. We created it, we developed it, and we're back. Whoa, peace. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, jeez. Hopefully I wasn't too much of a bother for you.